We are back with Anno 2005, this magnificent game. I hope you're enjoying the series. Don't hesitate to check in the video description below if you want to see full series, couple of quick episodes. Today I really want to start with the Arctic. As I said in the last episode, we need to unlock deuterium to move on with the mission. Right, this is the next thing over here. But to unlock it, we need 1,500 scientists. We just crossed the 1,000 mark, which by the way unlocked this methane extractor and over here this gas power station. So we're making progress, but there's definitely more that needs to be done before we can get to that one. We did start to give a new good to the scientists, which are the stimulants. This is a new production over here, requires coal farm. That's one of these over here. I actually have multiple, 1, 2, and 3 over here for the size of my population, but they don't cost that much. You can see the maintenance quite low, people and electricity all good. And then this goes into this building over here, the pharma lab. For this one I have 2 of these that are fully upgraded, optimized, so that there's very low workforce, electricity is quite low, maintenance is also not too high, and we have one of those transportation center in the middle. It was also because there was nothing over here, so for those 2 farms plus the mine over here, this is why I created this transportation center. It's a quite cool and neat layout, as you can see over here. With this I'm making just enough stimulants, and that's great, we can start moving on. Before we move on, I want to try to finish this second project, stage 2. We are at step 5 out of 7, and we need to maintain a production surplus of methane ice in this region of 20. So that shouldn't be too hard. This is again a coastal building site, but we have quite a few. This is my first island, and we're just finishing now to use all of them. We now have the second island where we've barely used only 1 over here, and the third island we haven't used any. We've just used a bit of the mines. These animations, this building are really cool. Love it. Let's see if we can improve it. Yeah, we can put more mining equipment. Perfect, to get us to 20. And we can probably also improve it so that it costs either less workforce, 75, or less energy. We'll probably go with less energy because 250, that's quite a lot. Okay, done. So now we are down to 63. Okay, so that's gonna take 10 minutes. I'll see you in 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes later, and we're ready for step 6, which is just taking those 2 boats, to the command ship. That's an easy one. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, and step 7, we just need to activate the detonator. That's the best. And boom! Okay, another one cleared. And another trading post. And with this we get plus 100 of logistic for the sector, which is really good because it's per island. So if you look in this island over here, I get 150 plus 50 from the warehouse. In this one it is the same over here, right? I get 50 plus 150. So with this you'll probably never need a transport center. And by the way, we can actually already start the stage 3 for this, which will give us 200 of logistic. That would be amazing. Collecting some lifeboat as a first step. That's easy, we'll do this. But in parallel, I wanted to also continue upgrading, right? As I said, we need to reach 1,500. So I upgraded few more scientist houses all over. And we actually just reached 1,536. So we have unlocked over here now the deuterium. I'm not at equilibrium yet, so I'm gonna need to clean, a few of these. But I wanted to show you that now indeed we can start building these deuterium strainers and send it to the moon. So let me work on this. To be able to send it to the moon, by the way, we will have to upgrade the spaceport, so let's also do this. Okay, that's done. And the next one, a couple of petrochemical, easy, let's do it too. And with this, we'll be able to make a route from the Arctic to the Novikov crater. We do need to start producing it first. Okay, step 2 is gonna be an easy one because you need to maintain 6 community centers. We already have 7. This is for 15 minutes. Already, a few minutes in. So when this is finished, I'll show it to you obviously. But in the meantime, I have built our first deuterium mine, or deuterium strainer to be precise. It is a pretty cool building, fully optimized, right? I've put 4 modules, so we're at 400%. I've put a couple of accumulators unit to decrease the energy maintenance. But yeah, this is done, and therefore we're now sending it to the moon. With this one over here, this is how many 10 I've sent right now, but we actually have 20, so I could definitely send more. So now it's time to get to the moon to produce helium and fusion power cells. So it is, we have one of our mine that has been converted to get us some helium. getting 10 helium right now, and then we're taking this helium and deuterium into this fusion preparation plant to make some fusion cells. We're actually making quite a bit of them, as you can see, 10 of them, and this is actually even more, sorry, this is 12 of them because I'm consuming 2 into a building. What building, you may ask? Well, this one over here, it looks pretty cool. It's an anti-gravity workshop, so we're making those anti-grav compensators for our people. So actually my people over here are getting happier and happier. They now have 3 out of 5 that is done. We're gonna need 3,000 officers to unlock the health center, but we're not ready for it. As you can see, our money has been decreasing because those things are costing a lot of money. I mean, look over here, this is 4,000, this one is 4,000 too, so 8,000 already just for those two, plus 4,000 here, so 12,000 just for this. That costed a lot. But with this, we are basically ready to finish mission 24, the fusion reactor. So let's do it. This is gonna consume 3 power cells, so we could actually do quite a few of them. And this will provide 4,000 of electricity. It costs almost 1 million, so it's good that we have money. But yeah, here it is, a fusion reactor. Looks pretty cool. Again, this is costing tons of money. I mean, we're talking about 7,500 of maintenance. Really expensive. But we can use those finance calculators to decrease it, so let's definitely do that. Here it is 5 modules, so we've decreased it by 50%, but it's still quite expensive. But now we get to mission 25, where we're gonna upgrade our spaceports with those fusion cells, fusion power cells, to be able to actually transfer electricity between our different regions. So let's do it. And then 20 magnites to finish it. Let's do it. Wow, a new upgraded transmission spaceport. Looking good. Yeah, Virgil, we get it. You're never happy. Now we need to do the same in the basin. But to be able to do this, we're gonna need to do 2 things. One is we're gonna need to send a couple of power cells to this region. That's easy. But more importantly, we're gonna need 25 investors. That means it's time to upgrade our people over here. Remember, we have executives. We already in the previous episode gave them bioenhancers, so they were ready to be upgraded, but we didn't do it. So let's do it. Maybe something like this. Yeah, perfect. And here it is, we have investors. They are even higher. They obviously need new things. They actually need tons of new things. Quantum computer from the Arctic, anti-grav from the moon, and a couple of other things we haven't seen before. And as always, they also consume even more. So we're gonna need to improve a lot of our different productions before we can fix it. Also, let's take a quick look. I mean, right now it's only 15,000, so we're definitely gonna need a bit more. And it is, I've upgraded a couple more houses to investors, and we have reached more than 25,000, so we are now good to unlock this. I do want to highlight that this has costed a lot, in particular because we needed a lot more anti-grav. You know, I feel like I shouldn't even give anti-grav to those people. This is costing me so much money on the moon, you know, to make it happen. But anyway, this is done right now. Let's do the final level. While this is happening, let me show you what's happening on the moon. So as I said, I had to upgrade all of those mines. For example, over here, this mine is now 6,000. This mine over here also 4,500. This 6,000. Over here, it's probably even more. 16,000. Look at this, 16,000 for this. This is huge for this anti-G workshop. I don't think it's worth it at all. But yeah, I did it. And by the way, I also started the final stage 3 project for this region. Step 1 was easy, it was just driving something somewhere. Step 2 is going to be a lot harder because we need to have 5 health centers. And those health centers, we're only going to unlock them at 3,000 officers. So we need to upgrade a lot more of these. And now let's finish it with a couple of graphene. We have tons, that's easy. And it's upgraded, we can transport resources and energy. With this, we move to mission 26, which is either reaching, as always, the next corporation level, which actually wouldn't be that easy because it's more than 5,000 toward the one where we're at right now, or achieve a victory in the crisis sector, Tiny Mere Hideout. This one over here, we can play it in the standard difficulty and that should be pretty easy, or the expert one where we'll probably die. So let's go for the advanced one. And here we are, Drake's Fortress of Solitude. Pretty well guarded, of course, but yeah, we should be able to do it, hopefully. Let's try. Now with this, we can create a first transfer route for energy. And instead of selecting a resource, we can select over here energy, right? You You can take the crater, for example, send it for now only here. Obviously, in the future, you can send it anywhere you want as long as you upgrade all of these too. And yeah, we can send some energy. This is actually completely free. And with this, here it is. We're completing unlimited energy. Pretty cool. I don't know when we'll get there in real life, but yeah, we've completed the lunar licenses program. Now we can transfer energy between all of our different regions. But as you can see, we're definitely far from finished. First of all, by the way, you may be wondering why we should want to transfer some energy. The reality is that in the veteran difficulty, indeed, making energy in the crater is super expensive. But the reality is this is sort of unlimited in the sense of we could produce tons of energy. There is a lot of space. It doesn't require tons of resources. On the other hand, energy in the temperate region was actually a lot cheaper, but was very limited. Because to make that electricity, you will either use the wind parks, but the wind parks are limited because if you put several in the same areas, they don't work. So, you have to spread them apart and therefore that's quite limited. And then the second one is even more limited, right? The tidal power station, you have to use, those coastal ones, which are very important for your water. So definitely, that's going to be the limit. And that's basically the point is if you want to reach a huge population, you're going to want, to use all of those coastal for water, and therefore you can't use any for the electricity, and so you need to provide the electricity from somewhere else, and that's where this transfer comes into play. It will be very expensive, but it will enable us to reach new heights in terms of electricity. But anyway, as I said, yes, we're far from finished. First of all, we're negative right now, so that's bad. But more importantly, for mission 28, we need to reach 150,000 investors. We're very far from that. This will also require that we start providing some of the new resources, so that's going to be cool. And we've also actually unlocked new regions, including Wild Water Bay, which is a huge island. I'll show you in a second. And I think that's where we're going to focus a bit now. So here we are in a new region and it has tons of space, as you can see. So I think that's perfect for the next mission, reaching 150,000 investors. That seems like the perfect place to do it. So it is, let's claim this gigantic island over here. As you can see, we have a lot of space. Of course, there are going to be quite a few mountains too. Not that many water deposits, but it would be enough for sure to get us started. We can also start over here the mission for this region. What is that? Take a look at this. This seems like an aircraft carrier that has been destroyed. Should definitely look into this. So we have a new mission, and by the way, this will give us an iridium generator. But yeah, we need to find an old chest along the coast. Interesting. Where could it be? It's a treasure hunt. We need a treasure map. I hid it in that crevice just up north, which I'm guessing following the minimap is somewhere over here. Yeah, perfect. Easy peasy. Done. Attach your drone, follow the drone to collect parts to the warehouse. Yeah, I can do that, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so we did step 2, and step 3 is not gonna be so hard either, but it's gonna take a bit of time. Maintain a workforce balance of 500 in Wild Water Bay and for 5 minutes. So yeah, I think that's a perfect end for this episode. We have Wild Water Bay, a new huge island over here, completely empty right now. I promise you that when we start the next episode, this is gonna be full. Please smash the like button, share any thoughts, comments, requests below, and I hope to see you next time.